Hey, it's Aaron, the Metal Theologian. Alright, so, got a couple things to talk about, and I'm really fucking thirsty, so I'm gonna whip through the first couple. First of all, we're listening to this. Elvin Jones, Midnight Walk. Just got this, kind of the bluesy side for these records. It's not like blues, but, I don't know, maybe it's just the impression it makes on me. It's just kind of laid back for much more so than what I've expected from an Elvin Jones record, but I've really been enjoying this one, actually. I'm playing it kind of a lot. Yeah, and I feel like I'm rushing through that, but that's because I really want this fucking soda. And I've gotten a really important announcement before anyone forget, and that is the Mustache contest is extended. Okay, I got a request from one person to extend to the 18th, and then I was talking with someone else who wanted to give it a shot. Actually, someone grew a mustache. I'm not gonna betray who it was. He might say so himself in his video, but he has been very private about it, but it's his business. He actually he had a beard and shaved off part of the beard to grow a to have a mustache, and he fucked it up, and it came out all stupid looking. So he was like, "Fuck, I don't have enough time. I want to grow another one." So the mustache contest is hereby extended to the end of the month. So I want to make sure I got this in by what's today, the fucking 14th? No, it's after midnight. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, it's the 14th, but you're not going to see this before the 15th. So if you're thinking about it, by all means, submit your fucking entries. I want to see them, and I think everyone else wants to see them too. I got way more traction on this than I expected to. I thought I was going to get 1 or 2 entries and a bunch of fucking excuses. Instead, I've got 8 or 9 entries or something like that. A couple more on the way. No one's feet are being held to the coals here. If no more coming between now and the end of the month, then fuck it. We all just have a mustache for a couple extra weeks, and we get to feel cool for a couple extra weeks because there's nothing cooler than a mustache. All right, listen though. I'm drinking this. I couldn't wait because I'm just too fucking thirsty. But this is actually Garen's favorite brand, Americana. I gotta tell you, what I've had of these have been good. This one I've never had before. This is the Huckleberry. And I gotta be honest, I don't even know exactly what a huckleberry is. And I do kind of seek out new foods. I mean, if you saw that one where I was eating that smoked fish 8 months ago or something like that, I mean, I wouldn't eat shit like that when I was a kid. But that said, I just thought that huckleberry was just something you named your fucking punk kid. How about that little literary reference there for you? This is really good though. It kind of has a little bit of a sour edge to it, but it's very fruity, and it's really nice. It's real cane sugar. It's not an everyday kind of soda, but no fruit soda is an everyday soda for me. I'm enjoying this. I'm also really enjoying the fucking electric keyboard on this record. Thad's on here too. Who's that? A Dollar Brand? Yeah. Well, wait a minute. This is on piano. Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. I don't want to just sit here and read my liner notes on camera. This is kind of lame. So, anyway. I was going to talk about a couple of new arrivals. But first, actually, I had a little bit of a session earlier today. And that's, I was playing these, I shouldn't have played both of these. But, I want to bust these out because in the very moving video that the Vinyl Transmission guy, Chris, made not too long ago, and entering the mustache contest, he showed a fucking Raven poster insert. It's really cool. So I actually have the inserts of my first 2 Venom records. And fucking black metal I've just played before, and it blew my mind, man. I bought these fucking records. I was in my 20s already, and I didn't quite have the balls when I was in my teens. But these first 2 Venoms are just such fucking awesome records. So, this is Welcome to Hell, and I hope we've all seen this. You gotta love Abaddon brandishing that axe, man. How can you beat that shit, But the early pressings came with a lyric sheet. I'm going to show this in an early video, so if you've seen this, pardon me, but it has this lyric sheet, which is actually pink. That's not your camera, that's or your video, I mean, your browser is probably fine. If anything, you're in this chain of communication between me and you. There's a piece of shit. It's pretty much going to be my camera, that little fucking webcam I use. Hey, but the file size is really small, so if you're streaming, you're paying for bandwidth by the megabyte. I'm not dicking you like some of these other ones. Anyway, this poster fucking came with it too, and I think this thing is awesome. Like hanging out in front of these rocks. Hopefully you can see that. Welcome to hell. Welcome to hell, and they're standing in front of this fucking climbing range, you know. So funny, man. What an awesome band, dude. How can you argue with Venom? The answer is you can't. So if you do, you're pretty much a chump. So anyway, that's obviously awesome, and obviously this record's an all-time classic. We're gonna bust out the inserts for black metal too, because that one has an even better poster. So we're just sharing this here because Chris shared his. This is my copy of black metal. Obviously, it's you know, embossed and shit. Because you know, if there's one thing that Satan really values, it's embossing on record covers dedicated to him. like you just put a fucking picture of him on your cover. Satan goes, "That's not bad," but you fucking emboss the cover. Satan goes, "Yeah, those guys are good." Yes, it is. So yeah, fucking this one has all the lyrics on there in this like kind of corny, like handwritten calligraphy, including "At War with Satan," which is like in like extra big. So that's funny because it's like written like in sort of stanzas, if you know how it goes. And it's all like sort of in this normal size, except for when it gets to Satan laughs. And then Lucifer smiles. And then the creature laughs. Those are all like big and highlighted. It's too funny. But this poster just rules. This poster's the best fucking thing ever. So, it has them like their signatures. God, I'm pretty sure I showed this once before. So it has fucking... Yeah, alright, well Abaddon's in the middle on his fucking bike, right? Mantas is in prison. And fucking... Kronos? Shit. Dropping my shit here, there he is. Yeah, Kronos. He's getting a spanking. See that shit? That's just the best, man. They're so tough. See, you may think your band is tough, but Kronos is getting a spanking in the fucking poster and inserted in his second record. I don't think you can get any tougher than that, dude. Alright. I gotta be careful with this shit, because this is, yeah, this is such a fucking all-time classic band. It's funny I cannot listen to this stuff for a long time and then come back to it and still love it as much as ever. And like I said, I played black metal while we were eating dinner. And everybody enjoyed it. At least I enjoyed it. And everyone else at least conceded that it's a great record in its own way. Actually, you know, here's what my little kid said. I said, "Hey, Coltrane, do you want to listen to, which one of these do you want to listen to?" I do this with him all the time. He doesn't give a shit. So I was like, "Hey, which one do you want to listen to? Do you want to listen to, you know, the first one, you want to listen to Welcome to Hell or Black Metal?" And he says, "Well, these are actually sort of the opposite covers because the one has a devil inside a pentagram and the other one has a pentagram inside a devil." Like, right on. Alright, so, a couple others here by way of transition. Just, this was a new arrival. Got this a few weeks ago or something like that. And this is actually my first Wes Montgomery record, believe it or not. Never been that big a fan. The records of his that are kind of renowned and never really particularly cared for. But this one looked kind of earlier, and so I bit. Just a trio, too, with an organist I've never heard of and Jimmy Cobb on drums. First time I played this, I thought it was just kind of boring. Second time I played it, I really enjoyed it a lot. I just got right into the groove of it. Just digging the jazz organ, the guitar, organ, drums trio. And it was just, you know, not really a jump out and grab you by the balls kind of record, but just a really cool record. to just sort of sit back and dig. And yeah, the song was just really well chosen. I just really like this record, so I'll be investigating more. And I almost didn't bother showing this, but I decided to do it because if you have a favorite Wes Montgomery record, tell me what it is. Even if it's one of the ones that you think I just dismissed, because I might have been wrong about those. You know, I was wrong about Billy Cobham until recently too. I thought he was a fucking putz until I just turned on to him like shit within the last 3 months, really. Another one I've been playing a lot is this one. I've actually had this for years. I don't even remember where I got this, but fucking these like Columbia Thelonious Monk records. They're easy for me to overlook because I have some Prestige stuff, I have some Blue Note stuff, and those are like the jazz labels, you know what I mean? And then Crisscross I play a lot because that was one of the first ones I ever got, and I just played the hell out of it and loved it pretty much from the start. But some of these other ones, like this one or Straight No Chaser or Underground, I tend to kind of overlook. When I actually play, they just blow my mind, and this one's kind of the latest to do that. It's just a great version of Lou's Back in Town, which is a song I really like a lot anyway. And same deal, I'm kind of aware of Charlie Rouse and Butch Warren. I don't think I've ever heard of Ben Riley, but I don't even know who these other players are, but just listening to Monk play is so awesome. And the band gels too. I mean, they just sound good together. I mean, maybe it's just because anything sounds good around Thelonious Monk, but I'm all over it. Alright, so that's sort of the introduction. You're talking about Venom, whom I love, and Thelonious Monk, whom I love, and Wes Montgomery, where I really like that record a lot. So now we're going to talk about someone I don't like a lot. And that is Rahsaan Roland Kirk. Alright, I actually have fewer records by this guy than I thought, because I thought I had several, but the sort of the impetus for this discussion is that I recently picked up this one. And actually, it was someone in the VC who recommended this one specifically, because I was having trouble getting into him. And, yeah, volunteer slavery. I just thought this was kind of corny, man. I want to say corny and gimmicky, but I actually found this to be less gimmicky than some of his other stuff. I just found it to be kind of corny. I mean, like, with some of the singing involved, and, like, I mean, it is kind of gimmicky. Some of, like, the whole, like, percussive mouth shit he does just doesn't really... It feels really strong to say it sounds insincere. But it doesn't sound sincere to me. It sounds unself-conscious, which I appreciate, but it doesn't sound sincere like it's something you would be doing if you're the last guy on earth, you know what I mean? It sounds like it's all just fucking show and kind of gimmick over substance. I love Stevie Wonder, I really fucking do, but I do not need a cover of My Sharia More, which is totally unfair. I just talked about how much I like Lulu's Back in Town, which is a fucking pop song, you know? Maybe it's because in age I'm closer to this. I'm actually not old enough to remember when My Sharia More was first out on the radio. Yeah, I've heard it in lots of shopping malls and shit, but you know. So I don't know. The second side of this I enjoyed more, actually, like the remarks on 1 Ton. And actually, I wasn't, after listening to the first side of this, I wasn't very hopeful for the tribute to John Coltrane, which is a pretty big chunk of the second side on here. Sort of a medley isn't quite right, but it sort of mishmashes like Lush Life and Afro Blue and Bessie's Blues, and it really wasn't that bad. I didn't find it to be mind-blowing, but it was okay. But the first half of this I just thought was, I mean, it's not complete crap, but it just didn't do anything for me. And that's kind of what's going with this shit, is, okay, this was probably the first one I got it because it was early. And honestly, I don't remember anything about this one. It's from '61. I probably should have played it before doing this video, but this is a little bit spontaneous. In fact, I mean, I didn't remember anything about this record at all. That tells me that I didn't enjoy it. And that's kind of in keeping with this one, which I just got maybe a year or two ago. I got this at Earshot here in Charleston before they closed. But I just thought this record was kind of dull. It's not a very interesting listen. So, you know, as always, I mean, I'm throwing this out there because if you have another record to suggest, I'll give the fucker another chance. If there's a particular song on this thing I ought to listen to more closely, tell me. Part of why I bust these out is because, as I've said in a couple other videos, I've been kind of obsessed with the Atlantic shit. And I've been going, oh, you know, Roland Kirk was on Atlantic. But shit's just not doing it for me, man. I just thought this record was fucking lame. And then this one, in a way, this is the one I'm the most conflicted about, because it's actually a later one. I give this a chance just to try a different era again, right? Because, sort of some early and some mid-level stuff here, right around when he started using the Rahsaan. This is like mid-70s. Actually, I'm going to hold this up again. What's it called? I forgot. The Case of the Three-Sided Dream in audio color. Now, first it's a little bit corny because it's a three-sided double LP set. Okay? So side 4 is just nothing. And it's actually banded somehow so that, like, the weight balance is right on your record player, but, so it's not, like, cool with etchings and shit like they would do now, but, this record, kind of, the way it's set up, if you look at the titles in that, it kind of starts and, like, goes through a sort of a cycle and then comes back to the beginning. It's like the first and last songs are both called Conversation. The second and second last are both Bye Bye Blackbird. The third song is Horses, and the third from the last is Horses spelled backwards. And then there are like these sort of interstitial things called Dream. And I kind of appreciate what he's trying to do as far as sort of like a concept album, as far as putting the thing out there. Yeah, I haven't listened to this very recently. I might as well just confess. Well, honestly, man, I remember listening to this record just being annoyed that there's so many fucking versions of The Entertainer on it. Because if there's one thing that spoils that record, it's that. It's like he has this concept and he's going through it, and you're kind of getting into it, and he throws another a fucking version of The Entertainer. The Entertainer done in the style of the blues. And then side 2, it's The Entertainer again. It's like, what the fuck is he doing, man? It's like this shit is just crap, you know? It's, I don't know, man. And like I was starting to say before, like there's really always been pop tunes in jazz. I really hate hearing a jazz musician do a Beatles song. Okay? There's a reissue of the Grant Green record out right now that I've been really tempted by many times. But he does I Want to Hold Your Hand on it. And I've been hesitating. I'm balking at this fucking record because I know that it's going to piss me off to hear Grant Green and his band playing I Want to Hold Your Hand, And I feel like it's not really fair because, again, like I was trying to say before, not very articulately, I don't think. I think it's because, like, in time, I feel closer to that stuff than I do something like Lulu's Back in Town or a song like, I don't know, like Gilbert and Sullivan shit like that, you know what I mean? If I were born in, like, again, I was born in 72, okay, so I wasn't there when those songs came out, but those songs were definitely a part of the environment which I was growing up. So maybe if I had been born in 1950, I would feel the same way about a 40s show tune as I do about a Beatles song, being the age that I am. But for some reason, the one just galls me, the other kind of doesn't. The Entertainer doesn't really qualify chronologically that way, but it still just feels like this fucking turd stuck in the middle of this record multiple times. And the rest of the record just isn't good enough to overcome that. So, I don't know, of all of these, talking through all of them, I feel like I should listen to them again. Except Volunteer Slavery. I already played that one twice since I got it about a week and a half ago. I'm kind of done with it. It's going to get filed away. I might give the Inflated Tear another chance. I'll definitely give this one another chance, though. And if I have a big revelation, I'll even fucking report back. But the fact is, I just feel like that record promises so much. And it doesn't not deliver, but it doesn't deliver what you want it to deliver. So tell me why I'm wrong. Seriously. Why am I wrong about Roland Kirk? Why am I wrong to think that he sucks? Basically. That's fundamentally what this is boiling down to, is I think he sucks. I don't want to think he sucks, but I think I'm starting to think, maybe the fucking guy just sucks. So tell me why I'm wrong. That's why I spent all this time talking about this shit, fucking agonizing. So, alright, there we go. Tell me why Roland Kirk doesn't suck and grow a mustache. You got till the end of the month. Thanks for watching.